Hey 2-3, I have really loved looking at your trash artwork this week, or your magic trash art. There's some really cool sculptures and designs that people have made. I actually uploaded a bunch of them to a Centennial art display, and there's a link on this page. If you would like to see what other people made, just click on that link. Okay, so we're gonna start with our wonderful sketchbooks. If you would like to make an accordion sketchbook, you can do that. Our paper, you're gonna take a piece of paper, it doesn't matter what size. I'm gonna use just a regular piece of printer paper so that we know what to do. You're gonna take your paper, you are going to fold it in half so that you have a nice line to cut on. So you fold it in half and you're going to cut right on that center line, right through there. Okay, then you have two halves that are about this size, or exactly this size. You're then going to take your paper, fold it in half. Voila. You're going to fold the top sheet in half as well. Voila. You're going to flip over your fold to the bottom and fold that top sheet to the corner fold. So it's going to end up looking kind of like an M. And you're going to do the same thing with your other sheet. Once you have two sheets that look like two M's, you are going to take some glue, if you have it. Otherwise, you can just hold them together like this and draw. I have some glue, and I'm going to go ahead and add just a tiny little bit to my end so I can connect them. Guys, I'm excited for you to get outside and draw this week. If you do not have access to getting outside right now, I have several resources on the last page where you can go virtually to the botanical gardens or different botanical gardens around the world. So notice now, when I open this up, I have lots of pages. Some of these pages might feel really tiny, guys, so I might draw using 2 pages on each of my drawings. So I didn't add a cover yet. You can wait till the end, but I would just, because this is just a quick sketchbook for this week, you can design your cover if you would like. Otherwise, just get started. So this is going to be my first page. I already went outside and I explored. I went into my garden and I grabbed some different flowers. I used the iSeek app that Miss Michelle has been encouraging. Not sure I trust all of what it's telling me, so make sure you find another source to make sure you have the right name. Okay, so on this, I'm just going to do a quick drawing of it to start. I'm using my pencil. I'm going to go ahead and get that line I see right here. It goes up. It's a little bit of a curved line. And then I see on this flower, it has lots and lots of these little ovals. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making them. I'm going to add in as many as I see. I know I see parts of some. I'm going to get the general shape first, and then I can go back and add more details. If I would like, I could also go back in and add some color. If you would prefer to go in and just get that outside contour line, you can do that. And then come back and add in your inside lines. Okay, I would then go back in and add that line. If it gets too thick, that's why you have an eraser. So I'm going to get it a little thinner in there. And if you have access to things like colored pencils or watercolor paint, you can go ahead and add that in as well. I might even add some of these flowers. You can see the circle on the end where they open up. They have a little bit of detail in there in those. The more detail you add, the more realistic this is going to look as you go. This flower goes that direction. This flower up here goes that direction. So I'm just going to keep adding the detail to this one. Whenever I think I'm done for now, I can take this one and say, okay, that was fun. I'm ready for the next. If I am having a hard time getting the contour or the outside edge of it, I could also take my leaf or a plant from outside and I could trace it. If you're having a hard time getting that shape, this is a great idea, especially if you are maybe in second grade or you have a super complicated outside edge line. You can go ahead and trace that. But then you need to go back inside and think about what the texture is of that plant, as well as what lines you may see. So that's my basic tracing of that leaf. I'm going to go in. I know the stem is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go again, add a little thickness to it. It's got a funky little bottom here. And then I'll go up and I'll start adding in the vein on this leaf and adding it into each of these the way I see it, each of these points. There's even lots of little veins going off those. So I might not try and get all of them in, but just some that are really showing up a lot right now in the light, I may add them in. Because this is a dead leaf, there's definitely some different parts where insects have eaten it, and that might be really interesting to you. If you find a part that you really find interesting, you might want to go ahead and focus right on that part. So right here, there's all these little super cool lines. And I might just focus right here on this part. And it's okay just to have a lot of detail right here and have no detail anywhere else. This is your sketch, and in sketches, you get to decide what the important thing is that you're trying to capture. Okay, so I'm going to, that kind of curves like that. You kind of get the relief of the leaf or the way it's curved right there. So those are 2 different sketches that I have just done super fast. I hope that helps you think about what you want to sketch. Think about the nature spots you have with Miss Michelle in science. And if you want to visit that same spot every day at your house, great. If you want to try a different spot and explore around the neighborhood with a family member, that is totally acceptable. Make sure you wear your mask and be safe. Otherwise, you can also use all those digital resources. I can't wait to see what you draw this week, guys. When you take the picture, you could lay it out like this to take the picture and make sure you get the whole thing in there. Or you could take pictures of each individual sketch that you do. I miss you. Can't wait to see what you create.